And welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to another live Manchester United news and transfer news show. And I've got some big news I'm going to get into in just a second. Not that Harry Maguire is probably going to be dropped, but some massive Casemiro news and a story coming out that Manchester United has been put up for sale. However, I'm going to wait for some more detail on that story and see what more reliable journalists have to say for that. So I'm not going to get in too much on the United for sale story because that's very early. Not much news on it yet. No one tier one on that yet, but there's rumours that we could be putting up for sale, which I will discuss later on in the video. I've been told some massive news on Casemiro to Manchester United. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano said United are all in for Casemiro. It seems that Casemiro is going to accept Manchester United's offer for him because we are doubling wages, and I will get into exactly what's been said regarding Casemiro. Reports that Maguire's going to be dropped, reports that Casemiro could be here before the Liverpool game. Manchester United, multiple reports, and actually some reliable reports are saying that we bidded £100 million for JOAO FELIX, but that has been rejected. So United must have money if we're bidding for JOAO FELIX. It seems that JONG is off, and also we are in for MOISES CAICEDO, who is pushing for a move to Manchester United. So much to cover as well. So much news to get into. But before I get into all the news, guys, as you can see on my screen, I've got the OneFootball app up, or the OneFootball website, because I'm on my laptop. And this video is sponsored by the OneFootball app, by the way, guys. There is a link. Oh, let me get this man up. There is a link in the description to go and download the OneFootball app. It's completely free. Second line of my description is the link. Or if you're watching live, there's a link pinned at the top of the live chat to download the OneFootball app, because if you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, updates and more, this is the perfect place. Tenor could drop Maguire. Ronaldo, there's loads of these stories on Ronaldo cautioned by police. I mean, there's mad stories coming out today. Score updates, not that we want to watch the score updates as United, but obviously in this video I'm going to be talking about Aubameyang, the Glazers potentially selling United, loads of news. JOAO FELIX, £130 million bid. Iqbal going on loan, the Pulisic on loan stories, MOISES CAICEDO, everything I'm going to be covering in this video, I pretty much get from the OneFootball app. It's completely free to download, a link in the description to download, so make sure you check it out. But I want to get into the video, and I want to get right into the big story about Casemiro. And I'm going to get my favourite Twitter page up here now, just because they always tweet tier 1 and tier 2 sources, and it's come out from a tier 2 decent source. That it's very possible that Casemiro is going to ask Real Madrid to leave in the next few hours. There's reports coming in from good sources in Spain that Casemiro to United could be done in the next few hours. Now, look, it's Manchester United. I'll believe it when I see it. Unless Fabrizio Romano says, here we go, I'm going to take everything I read around Manchester United with a pinch of salt. But what I will say is that it seems that Casemiro will not turn down the offer United have made him. United are reportedly doubling his wages, and that United are set to sign Casemiro in the next 24 hours for a fee of around £50 million. I will get into everything that's been said. It basically said that United will double Casemiro's salary, which will be about £360,000 a week, which is madness. I think that we are paying him too much money. I think he is 30. I think it's very much a panic buy, but I'm not going to complain at this point. I am desperate. I don't care who we sign. I am desperate. This is a signing where I think at the beginning of the window I'd like Casemiro, but I think this salary, this is overpaying. Casemiro changes the whole team. He's a DM. He changes the whole team. So I understand why United are doing it. £360,000 a week. United have offered Casemiro, and that Man United want to get the Casemiro deal done before the Liverpool game, and that Real Madrid do not want to lose Casemiro, but they understand if he accepts Man United's offer. And it's very possible, and this has come from J. Pedro, that it's very possible that Casemiro could ask to leave Real Madrid in the next few hours, as you can see on the screen. And lots of reports coming in that Casemiro to United is seeming very likely and could happen very soon before the Liverpool game. Now, I will get into all the Casemiro news. We've got some updates from David Ornstein. We've got some updates from Fabrizio Romano. We've got some big news on Casemiro. But I just think this is an interesting one, because my head says to me, well, if John Mert's flying all the way to Turin to try and convince Rabiot to join, and he can't get Rabiot to join, how the hell are we going to get Casemiro to join when he's at Real Madrid? Absolutely crazy. It has come out from Phil Brown that Manchester United is 100% for sale, but he is the only person reporting on this. So I'm going to hold that with a pinch of salt just now. But it's coming out from very good Spanish sources that it's very possible that Casemiro will leave Real Madrid in the coming days for United, and that Casemiro to Manchester United is massively growing, which is absolutely crazy. I think he's a player we desperately need. I just think he's 30. He's 30 years of age. I don't think he fixes the issues in terms of build-up. I think that we are massively overpaying, but I think we need a player like him. And unfortunately, if we've missed out on De Jong, it's a questionable one. We need him for the defensive things he can bring. It's just a question of does he bring what we need on the ball as well. But I want to get into some more reports. I wanted to get to the live chat and all of that because there's so much news to get into, guys. I don't know where to begin. But spending this money on Casemiro, a 30-year-old, is absolutely crazy. But that's what happens when you are desperate. Apparently, Philip Brown has good sources at United and usually goes on tour with them, which is interesting. I'm not too familiar on the source, but he is saying that Manchester United are 100% up for sale. I'll get it up for you guys. I'm assuming this account will tweet it. So if I can find it, let me search see if I can find the report for you guys. Bloody Lord. It was one. What was his name? Phil. I don't know what his name was. One sec. I can't remember what his name was because I didn't write. Well, I did write it down. Here we go. So Man United are 100% for sale, is what he's saying. Apparently he's an okay source, someone I'm not super familiar with, but this is obviously the report coming in that United are 100% for sale. So we have to wait and see. Sign Tielemans, we're not getting Tielemans. We're in for Casemiro, we're in for CAICEDO, we're in for Pulisic as it stands, but we are not in for Yuri Tielemans. So let me know your thoughts on that news, guys. I'm going to wait and see if, look, I'm not going to jump on this and go with for sale. There's a lot of rumours around Man United being for sale. Elon Musk obviously joking around about it. There's more pressure on the Glazers than ever. There's more negative attention on the Glazers than ever. So I think if Man United were going to go up for sale, this would be a very, very good time for them to go up to sale. And there's a lot of rumours that Manchester United are going to be sold. But unless we get Fabrizio Romano or David Ornstein come out and say United are for sale, I am going to be taking it all with a pinch of salt until we get some more reliable journalists on that. But that is obviously the news coming out as well. But I do want to get into the news and all of that as well. Ziyech and Pulisic on the wings, I do want to cover that as well. And Man United could get Casemiro. It'll probably be the only player until January. Exactly. But let me get more into the news as well. Let me get more into the news that I want to cover as well. But Man United for sale, not partial, 100% for sale. Both Atletico Madrid and JOAO Felix camp confirmed that they had a bid from Manchester United as well. But apparently the offer that Manchester United made Casemiro is dizzying. So let's go back into what Fabrizio Romano said and all of that. Yash says Casemiro is the best DM in the world. I mean, he walked straight into our lineup. Casemiro and Fred have won 9 out of 10 games playing together for Brazil. They do work very well. That's a very good point there from Nick that I didn't think of. I'm not a big fan of Casemiro on the ball, but I think off the ball is what we need. And I think him and Fred could form a good midfield as well. Savic, I'd like at United, but not a 6, as you said, as well. So let's get right into the news, guys, because I have been waffling and I want to get right into the news here. So Fabrizio Romano came out and said today that Manchester United's dream is to sign Casemiro, and Fabrizio Romano said that United are going to go all out for Casemiro. And Fabrizio Romano did say Manchester United will 100% sign a top midfielder this before September 1st. Fabrizio Romano said he's 100% confident that we are going to sign a top midfielder. Oh, my eyes have gone so blurry. I can barely read, but don't know why. But can't see my screen for a second. My eyes are just blurred up. But what's come in just now? So just now in the last hour, it's broken that per multiple reports, United are going to double Casemiro's salary to around £360,000 a week. And it has come out of Spain that Manchester United are planning to have Casemiro as their new player before the Liverpool game. So Casemiro potentially in before the Liverpool game this weekend. And that Real Madrid do not want to lose Casemiro, but they'll understand if it accepts Manchester United's massive offer. And it's very possible that Casemiro could ask to leave Real Madrid in these next few hours to join Manchester United, as he seems that very close to accepting Manchester United's offer. And Man United are thinking of closing the Casemiro deal before Saturday, and this deal could move very quickly. It was also reported that Casemiro has received a written proposal from Manchester United, even though Real Madrid do not want to sell him. But Real Madrid have said the decision is Casemiro's because, they're not going to turn down the money we're offering. And reportedly, the offer that Manchester United have made to Casemiro is dizzying. It came out earlier today that Manchester United have approached Real Madrid with the possibility of signing Casemiro, and it was unclear if Casemiro would like to join Manchester United, but now it's later come out that Casemiro would be open to join Man United because of the offer we've made. But Manchester United are having negotiations with Casemiro's representatives, but could Casemiro be using United to improve his salary? Samuel Likewise did suggest. Fabrizio Romano reminded us again that Casemiro is now the dream target, and that Manchester United have, according to Jason Burke, the Telegraph, who's a tier 1 source, Manchester United have received lots of encouragement in their pursuit of signing Casemiro. and that nobody, according to Mario Cotiniga, is ruling out Casemiro's transfer to United. And João Felix Diaz has said Casemiro is considering Manchester United's offer. And so lots of reports out of Spain suggesting Casemiro to United. And they say a few hours have passed, and the reality is that no one at Real Madrid or Casemiro's entourage rules out him moving to United, and that Manchester United are willing to pay up to 60 million, which is a massive overpayment, to sign Casemiro, and that they would be willing to double his salary. It was come out via Madrid Extra that Man United could be willing to pay up to 80 million euros for Casemiro. They would offer to double his salary, and all of that. And that Casemiro is annoyed with some of the club's decisions to even think about the offer, though. So lots and lots of news as well. £360,000 a week. So I'm thinking about 400,000 euros as well. Lots and lots of news. It's absolutely crazy. We've also offered reportedly £130 million for João Felix. So, I mean, the news is coming out like crazy. How far am I away from 46,000 subscribers, says Gaz? I've got so much more news to cover. That even half of it. I am 128 subscribers away from 46k. So I'm only 28 subscribers away from 45.9k. So do subscribe if you're new, by the way. Mar Reddy says Casemiro isn't bad, but United always go for aging players. I do agree with you. I'd almost rather us spend 100 million on Declan Rice than 60 million on Casemiro. I will say that now. I do. I think Casemiro is more what we need. As David says, like, subscribe, and share. If you don't want to spend 80 million euros on Anthony, we are massively being overcharged again. I do think we have to. The problem is, and I say this now, if Man United want to sign anyone, we're going to have to overpay. Every club in the world knows we're desperate. If I was a sporting director of a club, let's say I was the sporting director of, I don't know, Aston Villa, and I had a player, and I was going to sell this player for 30 million to Liverpool, and then Man United register interest in the player, I would say to United, no, it's 50 million now, because I know United are desperate. They've lost 4-0 to Brentford. They desperately need a midfielder. They've got 2 weeks left. The pressure is on. I would say 50 million now. And United are in a position that no matter who we buy, we're going to have to massively overpay for, because everyone knows that we are desperate, and that everyone kind of knows right now they can take mad advantage of Manchester United if they wanted to. They can take mad advantage of us, because we are absolute mugs in the transfer window. We are absolutely desperate as well. Apparently, we're spending 130 million on Felix, but we won't spend that much on Anthony, Rob, which absolutely makes no sense. I don't believe the Man United have made a £150 million bid for João Felix news. I don't believe it. I know it's come out from decent sources. I believe that we've made an offer for Casemiro, and I believe that Casemiro is thinking of accepting the offer to join United, because we've doubled Casemiro's wages, but I don't believe the João Felix news one bit as well. 130 million for João Felix is crazy, and 8 million for Maguire. It's crazy. I don't know if I believe it. I really don't know if I believe it just yet as well. I am going to get to the Pulisic story, but I do want to continue off with the Casemiro to Manchester United story. Loads and loads to talk about as well. It came out yesterday. David Ornstein did say yesterday that Manchester United are in live talks with Real Madrid's Casemiro. So David Ornstein did confirm yesterday we're in talks with Casemiro. And the Telegraph said that United are seriously considering a £50 million move for Real Madrid midfielder Casemiro, and ERIK ten Hag is very keen on him. And the Telegraph said that because Man United agreed to sign personal terms with Adrian Rabiot, Casemiro is now seen as the #1 priority. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed Casemiro is our #1 priority, and Real Madrid do not want to lose Casemiro, but they will understand if it accepts Manchester United's offer. And because Man United are doubling his wages, it seems very possible that Casemiro could ask to leave Real Madrid in the next few hours. And this is all coming out regarding Casemiro for you guys. This is obviously came out via Madrid Extra, via exclusive, via a good source. So madness happening on Casemiro. Apparently, we're doing a madness for João Felix, which I don't particularly believe. But what I will say about it is, it seems that Ronaldo will leave the club. It seems very likely that Ronaldo's going to leave Manchester United, because Ronaldo's come out and said that we're all going to know the truth in a couple of weeks, and that the leaks are fake. And I think that Ronaldo will leave the club and then expose the club. I think that's going to happen. But what I am going to throw out, and what I am going to say, is if Man United lose Ronaldo, they can afford to chuck all these wages at Casemiro. And look, I think we're going to lose Ronaldo. I don't want to lose Ronaldo, but I think that we will just let him go. I think he obviously wants to leave and all of that. But I just think there's something going on. There's something going on with Ronaldo. There's something going on with Casemiro. And I do think the fact that we're offering Casemiro 400k a week could be because we're losing Ronaldo, and we can free up that wages as well. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted that Atletico Madrid have no intention of selling JOAO FELIX this summer and also won't accept 50 million euros from Matheus Cunha. The clear message has been sent to Manchester United, and Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that we've had direct contact with Atletico Madrid, but they will not sell anyone to us. And this has come out via Fabrizio Romano as well. And Jason Burt of the Telegraph said that Real Madrid will not stand in Casemiro's way should United follow up their interest with £50 million bid, and the midfielder tells them he wants to go. So the situation as it stands with Casemiro to Manchester United, guys, is Real Madrid will accept a 50 million offer for Casemiro, and if Casemiro accepts the offer, then the deal will be done. Now, I don't know if we're going to sign Casemiro or not. We couldn't even sign Rabiot. We couldn't convince Rabiot to join. It's going to be tough trying to convince Casemiro to join. But all the reports coming out of Spain right now is that Man United are going to double Casemiro's wages. Casemiro now wants to join United because we're going to double his wages, and Real Madrid would accept him at a 50 million bid for him. So if the reports coming out of Spain are true, then Casemiro could be a United player within the next week if they are true. But do take them with a pinch of salt, because we were very close to signing Rabiot. We couldn't get him. Casemiro could be using us to get a better deal at Real Madrid, could be using the fact that we're going to double his wages to get a better deal at Real Madrid, or Casemiro could come to United. I'd say that there could be some massive news on Casemiro in the next 24 hours. If all this news coming out of Spain about Casemiro potentially leaving Real Madrid in the next few hours and wanting to accept United's bid is true, then there could be some massive news coming out. Or we could be absolutely getting used and played by Casemiro. But the news is coming in like absolutely crazy as well. Fabrizio has tweeted regarding JOAO FELIX as well. Apparently United are making £100 million offers for JOAO FELIX. All of a sudden we seem to be spending some money as well, which is crazy as well. Look, I'm going to wait and see if Romano or Ornstein or someone confirms this big Real Madrid bid. Sorry, this big Atletico Madrid bid for JOAO FELIX. I know some decent sources are saying we've bidded 100 million for JOAO FELIX and it was rejected, but I just don't believe it because we weren't willing to spend the money on Anthony, who was Ten Hag's first target. This is the situation we're in. Man United are probably not going to get De Jong. So Man United are in this full-blown panic blow. They're like, shit, we're probably not going to get De Jong. Panic, panic, panic. United are absolutely panicking. And then they've gone, well, let's get Casemiro, let's get JOAO FELIX, and all the fans will be happy again because they're big-name signings. Maybe that's what we're trying to do. I don't know. I agree that 50 million for Casemiro is massively overpaying for a 30-year-old. It's like we don't learn going for Casemiro at 30 and 350k plus a week. I absolutely agree with you. I think Casemiro massively improves this Manchester United side, and I think everyone in the world will say Casemiro massively improves this Man United side. But why are we giving a 30-year-old 400k a week and spending 50 million on them? I think it's absolute madness. I think it's absolutely crazy, and I will 100% agree with you guys when you say that. Guys, by the way, I'm 18 subscribers away from 48.9k, and we've got over 1,000 people watching, so I'm sure there's 18 of you that are not subscribed. So please do go ahead and subscribe down below to Alex Talks Football if you're new, if you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates, and more craziness going on for JOAO FELIX, MOISES, CAICEDO, Casemiro, even links to Christian Pulisic and Ziyech. Man United are reportedly going to get 3 or 4 more deals done this summer. It's going to go transfer crazy these next 2 weeks, so do make sure you're subscribed if you do want to stay up to date with all the latest news. Reportedly going to be signing 2 midfielders, an attacker and a goalkeeper within the next 2 weeks. And Fabrizio Romano did say that Man United will 100% be signing a top midfielder. There's also reports coming out that Manchester United is for sale. There's also dressing room leaks coming out, reports on Cristiano Ronaldo's future and all that, which I do say take with a pinch of salt. But so much news has come out. So much news. And it seems that Casemiro to United is something that is really blowing up. It's looking like it could potentially happen. I think it's massively overpaying. I think the wages we're giving him is crazy. I do not agree with giving Casemiro these wages. I do not agree with spending this much money on Casemiro, but we are desperate. And clubs know we are desperate. And we are not going to get anyone in because we spent all this time on De Jong. We have no backups. We're not going to get anyone in. Unfortunately, United, if they want to sign someone, are going to have to overpay and pay stupid wages as well. Looks to me that United just want to show fans that they're trying to do something yet doing nothing. The links we've had in the last 2 weeks have been bizarre. We've been linked to 3-4 different players in the last 2 weeks. It's been absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Reportedly Ten Hag wants Ziyech, but the board isn't a fan of signing Ziyech as well. Reportedly we are in for Munia and Dest right back. I will cover that in a second. Should be looking at CAICEDO and Sangare. I do agree. I think the youth would be more approachable. The thing with CAICEDO is Brighton don't want to sell CAICEDO, so we'd have to massively overpay for him. And Sangare's just signed the new deal at PSV. So again, I don't think he'll be leaving PSG unless we want to break the bank for him as well. I think that's the situation going on as well. Alice, have you learned nothing from the De Jong rumours? Look, I'm not saying Casemiro is going to come. I want to throw this out now. Okay. Reports coming out of Spain are saying that Casemiro is probably going to accept United's offer because we're doubling his wages, and I wouldn't blame Casemiro for accepting United's offer, offering crazy wages. And reports coming out of Spain say that Man United have made Casemiro their #1 target. They're going to offer 50 million. Real Madrid are going to accept it, and if Casemiro wants to leave, we'll go to United. What is being reported is if Casemiro wants to leave Real Madrid, he will go to United because he's not going to because the offer United's given him is crazy. And it seems that Casemiro will accept United's offer, which would mean that Casemiro could be a United player in the next week. That is the reports coming out of Spain. But as I've said, we've been played this whole De Jong time. Take every bit of news with a pinch of salt. We know United are all in for Casemiro. We know that Real Madrid will be willing to accept this money for Casemiro. And we know that Casemiro potentially will say yes to United because we've offered him stupid wages. I've always said I don't agree with the wages we're offering him, but that is the facts. Now, there's two situations that could be going on. Casemiro could be using United to get a better deal from Real Madrid and absolutely using us and playing us. Casemiro could reject us. At the end of the day, John Murta flew to Turin to close a deal for Rabiot. We were all panicking, thinking, fucking hell, we're going to sign Rabiot, and we couldn't sign Rabiot. If John Murta has failed to sign De Jong and John Murta has failed to sign Rabiot, there's high chances that John Murta will fail to sign Casemiro. Okay, I will say that now. It seems the reports coming out from Spain are very much suggesting that Casemiro to United is very, very likely. That is what's being said in the reports in Spain, and that is going to move very quick. But it's Manchester United. In the transfer window, we do not move quick. Saying Man United move slow in the transfer window is a massive understatement because we make a snail look like Usain Bolt in the transfer window. I'll tell you that now. United are slow in the transfer window. But that is the news coming out. Now, I say take it with a pinch of salt because United can't seem to sign anyone because no one wants to come. But the news coming out is that Casemiro will now want to come because of the stupid wages we've offered him. And if Casemiro does want to come, which will be the first player that wants to fucking join us out of the last 50 we've tried to get, and that United can negotiate a somewhat decent price with Real Madrid, then potentially, yeah. I mean, Real Madrid have just signed Tchouaméni. I think they will sell Casemiro. The question is, should we be spending all that money on Casemiro when we could maybe be going for a Declan Rice? I know he's a bit more, but would Declan Rice be smart? Let me know down below. But yeah, of course, do take the news with a pinch of salt, guys. Of course. Is Erik Ten Hag picking these players or Fletcher? With the amount of players we've been linked to, I wouldn't be surprised if they've told Ten Hag to shut the fuck up and Fletcher and Murta and Arnold are choosing who we're going to sign, if I'm being honest. Red Devil says, look at United plug. Okay. I've been told to look at United plug. Let me see if they've said anything. So United plug is saying that Atletico Madrid have rejected a €130 million offer for JOAO FELIX as they don't want to sell him, which did come up from a decent source, and that Atletico Madrid have no intention of selling JOAO FELIX this summer, and also won't accept 50 million for Mateus Cunha. But it has said that United apparently have offered Casemiro €18 million per year. This would place him the fourth best paid player behind after Haaland, Ronaldo, and Salah, which is madness. And that is madness. And unfortunately, we're in a position where this is what we've got to do if we want to sign a player. Because no one wants to come to us because we're a freaking mess. Now, I'm going to look at the positives. Fred and Casemiro play well together for Brazil. Casemiro improves us massively defensively, not on the ball. The problem is, giving a 30-year-old player this much money when he might only be good for 2 or 3 seasons with an injury prone, this could be Alexis Sanchez all over again. Casemiro could be the repeat of Alexis Sanchez. It really could be. And this is a massive risk. And because United have fucked up this transfer window so much, you have to take risks like this. If we turn around and sign Casemiro, De Jong, and Pulisic, I'm fucking balling. I might get in there. Because Casemiro and De Jong in the midfield, brilliant. But I think we fucked up De Jong. I think De Jong was going to come to United. Well, in fact, I know. De Jong had told Ten Hag that he'd be open to joining United once his deferred wage issue was sorted. I think De Jong was open to joining United. Saw us lose 2-1 to Brighton, then saw us lose 4-0 to Brentford and went, fuck this, I am not going there. And United probably found out in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, De Jong's not going to come anymore. He's changed his mind. He's seen us lose to Brentford. And now we're going all out for Casemiro. Because apparently we did have a verbal agreement with De Jong that he'd join, but it seems that De Jong has changed his mind after watching the Brentford game, which is what the board deserved for taking too long on that De Jong deal. And that will now be going all out for Casemiro. I mean, Casemiro and De Jong and not giving Casemiro the craziest wages in the league would be nice. The other issue with giving Casemiro this wages is that anyone that joins United is going to ask for stupid wages. And that's what Rabiot tried to do. Rabiot tried to ask for stupid wages. I mean, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. I'm going to scroll down because I'm a few minutes behind on live chats. David, thanks for the super chat. Gakpo was looking good last night. I really hope we do pursue Gakpo. I think if we're willing to spend 130 million on Joao Felix, I think we can spend 30 million on Gakpo as well. People say Milinkovic Savic is better than De Jong, but De Jong is who the manager wants, and De Jong was built for 10-old system as well. 30 years old isn't old. It's not old 30 years old. Look at Ronaldo at 37. Look at Modric at 37. But you just don't know if Casemiro is a player that's going to be at the top of his game at 35, or he's going to be a Matic where he can only play once a week as well. People saying Casemiro's got serious skills. I think Casemiro is an absolutely brilliant player, but as I said, it's a risk. I'd rather sign no one and the Glazers sell United, says Rob. Same. Honestly, I would do anything for the Glazers to sell United. I think I want us to sign players, but if signing no one meant the Glazers left, then I'd happily sign no one as well. We need the Glazer families to sell now. There are lots of reports coming out that Manchester United are for sale as well. We'll have to wait and see what happens with those reports. I'd like us to be for sale. Obviously, Elon Musk was joking around saying he'd buy United, but we will have to wait and see. Casemiro at Kante would be balling of truth. If they can stay fit and in shape, yeah. But Kante is unfortunately very much past it. I don't think we can all say that. And Casemiro is a player that will play as a world-class CDM until 34. Well, I hope that's the case as well. And Casemiro relies on natural fitness and needs to put in a lot more kilometres than Ronaldo needs to. I do agree. It's harder to, but Modric does it, but it's harder to stay fit as a midfielder as well. But we've got over 1,000 people watching, guys. So please, can we push for 500 likes? And also, guys, I am so close to 46,000 subscribers, by the way. I am right now 40 subscribers away from 46k. So if you're watching right now and you're new to my channel and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, because I am 40 subscribers away from 46k. So it would be really appreciated as well. I've got so much news to get into. I just want to say as well, there is a link in the description and a link pinned in the chat to go and download the OneFootball app. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news, I get all my information either off Twitter or the OneFootball app to stay up to date on all the transfer news. It's absolutely free. Link in bio to download it as well. But I want to get more into the news that's come out regarding Casemiro. It seems that something could massively be happening with Casemiro to United. I just got a notification. Is it a tweet? No. Every time my notification goes off, I see it. I have to check a Romano tweet. It has also, in other news, guys, apparently Maguire will be dropped. Maguire is reportedly to be dropped for the Liverpool game. That's come out. Jason Butt at the Telegraph has said, despite rumours, United have not made a bid for Joao Felix, and the Joao Felix rumours are fake. And it is coming out from England that United believe that there's a chance they can sign Casemiro. Jason Butt of the Telegraph, who is a very good journalist, said that United have received encouragement that they will be able to sign Casemiro, and that United do feel some confidence they could get a Casemiro deal done, which is brilliant. And that obviously it's coming out from Spain that Man United will double Casemiro's salary and he'd be willing to accept the deal. I mean, I just think the salary, I know I'm repeating myself, but the salary we're giving Casemiro is madness. I want to get more into some other transfer news, though. I've spoken a lot about Casemiro. If you just joined the live stream and you want to hear about the Casemiro situation, scroll back a few minutes, because I want to get into the Pulisic news. I want to get into the CAICEDO news. I want to get into all the other transfer news. But Benedict has said, where is De Jong going? No one knows what's going on with De Jong. Okay, this is the situation with De Jong, guys. The media, I don't think the media or the journalists know what's happening. I don't think De Jong knows what's happening. I don't think United know what's happening. I don't think Barcelona know what's happening. I think no one has a clue what's happening with De Jong. Reportedly, De Jong had a verbal agreement with United privately that he would be willing to join once he got his wage issues sorted with Barcelona. But now De Jong's seen how badly we started the season, and now Barcelona have activated all these economic levers. De Jong could be staying at Barcelona and get his own way after all. The De Jong situation is one of those where I think it's going to go all the way to deadline day, guys. I think it's going to be painful. I think if we're signing Casemiro, I think that the De Jong deal was most likely off. If we're going to be sowing all these wages at Casemiro, I think the De Jong deal was most likely off. But with reliable journalists are saying today the De Jong deal's still on. So no one knows. I don't think anyone has a clue, because one day we get told De Jong doesn't want to come, the next day we get told he does want to come. It's just contradicting each other. I think with De Jong, it's one of those where you just have to wait and see. I think it's looking less likely now, the fact that the offer has expired, and that's been confirmed by Tier 1 journalists, and that fact that we're throwing in all this money for Casemiro says to me we fucked up De Jong. Because all of a sudden, 2 days ago, we weren't in for Casemiro or CAICEDO. And in the last 24 hours, Man United have gone in for Casemiro or CAICEDO, two midfielders we just all of a sudden gone in for in the last sort of 24 hours. And that says to me in the last 24 hours since the Brentford game that maybe there's been indications that De Jong doesn't want to come. Because we were this close to signing Timber. People need to remember we were so close to signing Jurriën Timber. We had a verbal agreement with Jurriën Timber that he'd join United. Then all of a sudden there was some reports coming out that Jurriën Timber had changed his mind and was actually getting cold feet about joining Manchester United. And then after those reports about Jurriën Timber getting cold feet regarding joining Manchester United, we went right in for Lisandro Martinez. And I think the situation is we've always been in for De Jong and we were never linked to any midfielders. It was always De Jong for the last 14 weeks. And in the last few days, there's been reports that De Jong is getting cold feet about joining United. And all of a sudden, we're in for Casemiro and CAICEDO in the last 24 hours like that. And it was kind of like how we went from Timber to Martinez is how we're going from De Jong to Casemiro. So I would use my logic and say De Jong is off. It's much, and I think that Murta, Arnold and Woodward should be sacked because De Jong is off, and I would use my logic to suggest that Frenkie De Jong deal is off. And it reminds me of the Timber situation where it looked like it was going to happen, then the player said no privately and we've moved on. But again, you just don't know with Manchester United. You will have to wait and see. Guys, keep smashing that like button, and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. I want to get into the Christian Pulisic news. Some really good reports are coming out linking us with Christian Pulisic. My chat is moving so fast, so if I miss any super chats, I really do apologise. So if I have missed any, just let me know in the chat and I'll try and scroll up and find it. Pulisic injury record really pulls something to watch out for. Exactly. My feelings on Pulisic. If we sign Christian Pulisic on loan, I don't mind that because we get Anthony next summer. We have Christian Pulisic on loan to give us depth for a season. I do like Pulisic, but it is a bit of a panic buy. But I think a loan for Pulisic isn't the end of the world. I still think he's a good player. Now, Andy Mitten, who's a very good journalist, has come out and said, breaking, Manchester United is seriously considering taking Christian Pulisic on loan from Chelsea this summer, and that Chelsea are willing to listen to loan offers for Pulisic, and the American would prefer moving to United. Obviously, he said Newcastle and other sides would be interested in Pulisic, but his preference would be United, because Christian Pulisic is actually a Manchester United fan as well. It said that Christian Pulisic can play in 3 positions across the front 3, both as wings or as a number 10 and 8, and his versatility really appeals to Erik ten Hag. Andy Mitten said that Newcastle United, Juventus, Atletico Madrid have all made approaches for Christian Pulisic, but he would prefer United. And now United are trying to persuade Chelsea to let Pulisic leave on loan and join the club, says Jason Burt. I think the situation is Chelsea want Pulisic to go out on loan, but they do see United as a direct rival. They'd rather him go to Juventus or someone. I think that's what Chelsea want. Or they want money from United. And I think it's about Pulisic pushing for that move. But there could be some big news updates on Pulisic to United. It also came out from journalists in Spain that Manchester United are interested in Chelsea's Hakim Ziyech and Hudson-Odoi along with Pulisic and would like to sign potentially a Chelsea winger on loan. We do know there is interest in Hakim Ziyech, and it's coming out again from Jason Burt of The Telegraph that Manchester United are attempting to persuade Chelsea to let them take Pulisic on loan. Although Chelsea will allow Pulisic to leave, they would rather sell him than let him go on loan. That is the news on Pulisic. We've also got some big news. Aouar has signed for Forest. He's a player I take at United. I know he's not a 6, but I think that's a very good sign in there for Forest. See it going to AC Milan could happen as well. But yeah, I want to get into the Moises CAICEDO news, guys, because big news has come out on Moises CAICEDO. We've also been linked to Dest. We've also been linked to Munier. But Moises CAICEDO, Fabrizio Romano said today that Moises CAICEDO is emerging as a top target for Manchester United, and that was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. And Fabrizio Romano said this, and this is obviously what's in the title of the video, so I will get this up here for you guys. Fabrizio Romano said this, that a new midfielder is definitely going to join Manchester United before September 1st, and it also came out yesterday that Moises CAICEDO's family are Manchester United fans, and there is a feeling that he would be open to a transfer, and people around Moises CAICEDO feel he's more physically prepared than when he was first linked to United 18 months ago for the move. But United have not made an approach for Moises CAICEDO yet. But David Ornstein has said Moises CAICEDO has been pushed towards United, and Sky Sports are saying United are expected to make a bid for Moises CAICEDO. But reportedly, Moises CAICEDO wants to join United. A hand has offered himself to United, and that Man United is seriously considering. And Fabrizio Romano said that Moises CAICEDO is now a top target. So I think we will sign. Reportedly, what we've been told is Erik ten Hag's number 1 target is a midfielder, and Erik ten Hag reportedly wants to sign a goalkeeper, 2 midfielders, and an attacker before deadline day. 4 deals. 4 deals to be done in 2 weeks. I will believe it when I see it. I do not trust this board, but deadline day is 2 weeks today, and reportedly United are going to get 4 deals done. Now, I think a lot of this is PR spin to distract us from this absolute mess this club is in and all the heat on the Glazers. I think a lot of this is PR spin to take the heat off the Glazers. It's very negative. But things are going crazy regarding United. Reports that were up for sale, reports to Casemiro, reports to CAICEDO, reports to Pulisic. I think that we are in for Casemiro. I think that we've offered Casemiro crazy wages, and that's been confirmed that Casemiro is more than likely to accept Man United now because of the crazy wages we've offered him. But I think CAICEDO could be a backup, but I think MOISES CAICEDO actually wants to move, and it's just about will Brighton sell CAICEDO. We could have signed CAICEDO for 4.5 million a year and a half ago, and United said no. So if we're spending over 30, 40 million on CAICEDO, it's a joke. Any news on Jan Sommer? Yes. Fabrizio Romano did say that United are interested in signing Jan Sommer as a backup goalkeeper. He is one of the 3 options on Manchester United's list. And why would Casemiro leave a Champions League club for a Europa League United? Because United are offering him 400,000 euros a week. That's why he would. That's why he's probably accepting it as well. Pulisic is better and has been better in Chelsea and had to fight for a spot against Mount and Daly. He would walk in this team. I think Pulisic is a good player with bad injury record. And Rob says sources suggest that having won it all in Spain for several years, Casemiro might be willing to accept a new challenge, although he's being offered a lucrative contract. I think it could be a new challenge, but I think it would be a crazy contract. Why he wants to join as well. Ziyech to United is a player that Ten Hag wants, but apparently the board don't want Ziyech as well. There are reports that were up for sale, but I would take all those reports with a pinch of salt. Let me see if there's any updates on that. So Central Devils is really good because they do the tier system when they give us news, so we can actually know if it's reliable or not. And yeah, this was obviously what Rob put in for me, but apparently this is what's coming out. Man United will try and sign 5 players before the end of the transfer window. So there's 1 of 2 situations going on here, guys. There's 1 of 2 crazy situations going on here. Guys, also, we've just hit 46,000 subscribers, so thank you, everybody that is subscribed to the channel. Really appreciated. Do appreciate that. We're on the road to 50k, so do keep subscribing if you're new. But what is going on here? Reportedly, Manchester United will try and sign up to 5 players before the end of the transfer window. This is 1 of 2 things. A, this is a PR spin. There's more negative attention on the Glazers than ever. There's more pressure on the Glazers to sell than ever. This could be A, be a PR spin to try and take some of the negative attention away from the Glazers. Or B, because there's so much negative attention on the Glazers, because the Glazers are under so much pressure, because people like Elon Musk are joking about buying United, and that brings even more attention to the Glazers about them selling the club. It could be option B, where maybe because things are so bad, because there's a protest for the Liverpool game, the Glazers are going to be like, shit, we're on the shit, so we're shit, and spend some money. It's 1 of 2 things. It's either a PR spin to distract us, or all these protests is to kick up the arse the Glazers need to go and spend some money. But reportedly 5 signings. 1 will be a goalkeeper, 2 will be a midfielder, 1 will be an attacker, and the 5th will be a right back. They're the 5 signings. Now that's what Erik Ten Hag wants, 5 signings. But let's be honest, I expect 3. I expect a goalie, I expect a midfielder, and I expect an attacker. If we can get a second midfielder, brilliant. If we can get a right back, brilliant. I expect 3. But apparently we're going to sign 5. I think Ten Hag wants 5. I think their board will deliver 3. And I think this is a PR spin. But we will have to wait and see. That is crazy news. Reportedly that Maguire is going to be dropped versus Liverpool, which is madness as well. Let me actually get into that. I'll show you this. So I'll go to the onefootball.com and I will throw out, guys, one more time, just because I've said it a few times. This video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. I am going to admit that to you guys. But it's an absolutely brilliant app. It is my favourite app. It's completely free. There's a link, second line in the description to download it. There's a link pinned in the live chat if you're watching live to download the OneFootball app completely free. It keeps me up to date with all the latest football news. And we've got 2,000 people watching. I highly recommend downloading the OneFootball app because literally it's so good. They update this app constantly. So I can literally go on my phone and all the football news I need is on one app. And it said that Erik Ten Hag might drop Maguire for the Liverpool clash. And this has come out by Samuel Luckhurst. And Erik Ten Hag is seriously considering it. Because realistically, Martinez is Erik Ten Hag's centre-back signing. Lisandro Martinez is Erik Ten Hag's centre-back signing. So even though Maguire's captain, he won't drop his signing. He will drop Maguire for Varane. And Varane came on and was miles better than Maguire. And it also is coming out regarding Manchester United, if we look over on the OneFootball app, that obviously we're on for Pulisic on loan. There's reports that we're interested in Aubameyang, but I don't believe it. The Glazer family are reportedly selling a minority stake, but there are reports coming out that the Glazer family could be selling United as well. Please, let's get things done quickly. Casemiro will be perfect. Hopefully we do. If we go back to Twitter, guys, and what's come out as well. Oh, this is an interesting one. Breaking: Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to buy a stake in Manchester United with the view of taking full control if the Glazers welcome the new investment. So there's a lot of reports coming out today that Manchester United is 100% for sale. Now, this is all coming out as we speak. This has come out one minute ago. 1 minute ago. An hour ago, there's a report that United has been put up for sale. Yesterday, reports that the Glazers are thinking of putting United up for sale. In the last 48 hours, there's been a lot of reports that United could be going up for sale. And as I showed you on the One Football app, there's obviously reports that United could be selling a minority stake, which is what they're talking about. Now, I'm going to say this to you guys. There's a lot of rumours about United being up for sale at the moment. I'm going to say this to you guys. I'm going to wait and see for more news about this. It could be rumours. It's very easy to make a story about United being up for sale at the moment because of everything that's going on, and it is all rumours at the moment. But I will say, do make sure you subscribe to the channel if you've not hit that subscribe button, because if you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates, and more, do subscribe, because if we get any more information about Sir Jim Ratcliffe buying United, if we get any more information from top sources about the Glazers selling United, if we get any breaking news, there will be a video tonight. There could be a video coming out late tonight if we do get any breaking news regarding Manchester United and the ownership situation. So do make sure you subscribe, smash that like button as well, because we've got Casemiro news, we've got CAICEDO news, we've got Pulisic news, and we've potentially got United being up for sale news, which is obviously what we all want to see. But it's mad news coming in at the moment, isn't it? Casemiro now to link up would be beautiful. I mean, I guess Casemiro joining United is realistic as them finishing in the top 6. Never going to happen. But I mean, he might accept the deal because of the wages we've offered him as well. And the Glazers will sell after the transfer window closes. They won't sell before. They want to make sure Ronaldo stays to hike up the price potentially. But I think if the Glazers are planning on selling after the transfer window, I can't see them investing in this transfer window as well. These rumours come out every summer, but they never will. I mean, it's true. It's absolutely true. A lot of this could be PR spin to put some positivity up with the club as well. But as Diego says, guys, please do subscribe and put the post notification bell on if you want to stay up to date with all the latest United news. Look, guys, I am going to wrap up the news here. I've spoken about all the Casemiro news as it comes out. I will just make sure there's no news updates before I end the live stream, because we've just been told apparently we're in for Milinkovic-Savic, but we get linked to him as well. I mean, there's some transfer news coming out, but it was also said a spokesman for the ENS billionaire confirmed that Ratcliffe would welcome the chance to talk to the club's American owners if the club is for sale. Jim is definitely a potential buyer, the spokesman said. So all reports about United being up for sale, but let's wait and see. Elon Musk is not buying United. It is a joke, guys. But look, smash your like, smash that subscribe button. I'm going to end the live stream here. I'm going to keep an eye on these rumours that United for sale. And if we get any breaking reports, there will be an upload tonight. If we sign anyone, if we go up for sale, if we sell anyone, or any big news happens, there will be a bonus video tonight. So make sure you subscribe. But cheers everyone that tuned into the video. See you next time, and bye.